Steve, how are you going?
G'day Carl, how are you, mate?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks.
It's good.
This is Steve Tague from Rock Hard Fitness.
Hey.
Steve, would you be able to give me a 1-minute history of your career and successes up to this point?
Sure. Okay, so about 5 years ago, I was working in the railways, and where I was working was closing down, or they were winding up.
Yep.
And I decided to take a redundancy. I had no idea what I was going to do. I thought I'd probably end up working somewhere else. But at the time, I was in an active boot camp, and I was really enjoying training in that group environment. So I actually had this idea of going and getting some further study and becoming a personal trainer, group fitness instructor. So I just embarked on that journey, and I was supported by the railways financially to do the course.
Okay, that's good.
And slowly but surely built up the business that I've got today.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Did you always into physical fitness?
I have been my whole life, off and on. I've had periods where I've let that ball drop and put on weight, as we all do. We go up and down, But since about 13, been in there one way or the other.
Okay. And what year did you set up Rock Hard Fitness?
So it would have been 5 years ago. Yep. So 2013.
Okay, right. Yeah. And how's been working with Apptraction changed your business?
Well, look, I had reservations to start with because I didn't see how the value would increase my business, but it really has in a lot of ways. I think the main one is it separates me from my competitors. There's not that many boot camp companies and personal trainers that have their own app. There are a few that have apps that other people have access to and they subscribe to, but that's not their own app. So it sort of separates me in the marketplace, and it also allows me to have a perception that I'm a leader in the field. So I like it on that regard, Yeah.
Cool. Did you have any initial concerns or objections in going down the app path?
Yeah, look, I just thought because it was something that was completely new, I didn't know what was possible and how much work would be involved and the cost and all those things. So you have those reservations. Can I afford this? I'm a small business.
Well, it is a little bit of a sort of like a leap into the unknown.
It's definitely a leap into the unknown, but it's definitely worthwhile, particularly with someone like Apptraction that have that expertise and can guide you through things and kind of make you feel comfortable with the transition.
Yeah. And also, to a lot of the people who go to your classes and so forth are very, social media savvy and so forth. So it certainly wasn't a step for them to start using.
No. Everyone's using their mobile phones now. Their smartphones. Everyone. It really doesn't matter what age. I have a wide variety of people that I train from sort of early 20s through to late 50s, and everyone seems to be on board and across smartphones.
And what specific feature did you like most about the app that was built for you?
Well, with mine in particular, I have a section there where people can purchase my services, and I really like that. So it kind of integrates everything. Before it was a little bit like I had things on my website, but I didn't have an online store. So I would have to give people my bank details or take cash. I did have, I've got a third-party company that does my direct debits, but it was kind of a little bit cumbersome and it wasn't all integrated, whereas now it is. Now I can just, if I meet someone on the street and they say, I want to buy your services, I can direct them to the app. And I know I'm secured and I don't have to give them any information. They're just there, they can buy it, and it's too easy. Just really what I like. You've got to make it easy.
No, for sure. Any other benefits you can think of?
Yeah, well, it actually is a good way to integrate or to direct everyone to everything else that I have. So, like I said, I have the website, I have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and all of that sort of comes together through the app. So I don't have to tell them, that's what I'm known as, or that's my site on Insta, Facebook. There's my web page. it's all there. They can just access it if they like.
Well, I certainly remember in the pre-app days, you having forms which you had to print out, and people had to bring them back to the next class.
Yes,
etc.,
yes,
etc.
exactly. Yes, the pre-exercise questionnaire was one that I'd have to print off, and now it's all, there's prompts on the app, and if they don't fill it out, they can't submit it, so they have to make sure that they've filled all those fields out. Yeah.
Would you be able to tell me about what your so would you view the the general product services quite favourably?
Absolutely.
And do you think there's a word or phrase that best describes your relationship with Apptraction?
Look, I would think there's probably a few words. Creativity would be one. More than one word. Thinking outside the box. So, like, I came up with a few problems or a few I thought were stumbling blocks, but we were able to get over those with pretty much no hassle at all. So
yeah, it is quite unique, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually given me a lot of confidence as well, because Carl from Apptraction has shown me how to do some of the tweaking of the app myself. So now, if I want to make changes, I'm able to do that myself, which is fantastic.
So you've got a platform.
Yeah, I've got a platform that I can work with, and it's pretty easy. Yeah,
because there's certainly a lot of small businesses out there that have an app, but they can't make any changes to it, and of course if they do, it's quite expensive.
Exactly.
And quite a few don't even have the capability of doing push notifications either.
That's another thing I neglected to mention. I tried to communicate in the past, before I had the app, via text message, which was fraught with danger because I didn't have everyone's details in that regard. Email, another one. People don't always read their emails. And then social media, you don't know if you've captured everybody. But with the push notifications, you're pretty confident that you've actually sent that message out to everybody.
Yep.
And the other good thing about the notifications is you can separate them into groups. So I have a group at Camperdown, I have a group at Surrey Hills, I have personal training clients. So I don't necessarily want to communicate the same message to everyone. It might have to be customized, and that allows me to do that.
Yeah. Okay. And if someone was to call you and say, hey, why should I do business with Apptraction? What would you say to them?
Well, you want to do business with someone that's reliable and dependable. It also wants to be good value for money. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean cheap, because cheap is not necessarily value for money. No. But having said that, it's affordable, definitely affordable, and you'll go on a journey with Apptraction, and you'll get a lot more out of it than I'm sure you think you'll get. So I would definitely recommend Apptraction.
Then on the flip side, I can definitely recommend Rock Hard Fitness.
Thank you very much.
Never felt better.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Carl.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.